in the field, I couldn't see clear. It's deeper than the rap, I'm where the bottom of the sea is. Was trying to make it happen till I happened to ball. It's all mind over matter, the fuck the matter with y'all, huh? Be a man of everything you say you stand for. Lead your people by example, being hands-on. If you're back against the wall, then get your mash on. Fix your vision on the future like it's fast forward. The world is yours in due time, ain't gotta ask for it. I'm from the school of hard knocks, I took a crash course. Should be struck with my nigga, that's why I'm getting high. But that's life and it's the code that I live by.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Saturday 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com. I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out. And
exactly.
Just don't
if you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue. And she wants to be this stylist, boutique, but you're not doing anything in that nature, and I can't take you seriously if you're not doing those things. And I understood why people didn't take me seriously because I found myself in somebody else's lane. I was good at what I was doing and what I wanted to be, but I wasn't doing it for me. So how can I ask you to take me seriously if I'm living in somebody else's shoes?
And nobody can do what you do, and I think that that's a big problem that people face now. Like, you see what somebody else is doing and you want to do that when that's not your lane.
That's not your lane.
That's not what you're supposed to be doing.
But it's popular, it's getting that person money, it's getting that person applause. Oh, I want applause. I want money. Let me stand over here behind them.
And then a lot of times people aren't honest with themselves either. Like, I was thinking earlier today, I've been woke for almost 2 days, so so you get honesty, and I was thinking, like, you know,
the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
This is a Poverty ENT exclusive. Next stop, Texaco, strapped up, you already know. Fuck niggas hate, that's how it goes. Bros with me, yeah, it's time to go.
Nigga, chose by another nigga, bitch, damn. This chopper got 50 round clip. So this Molly and the syrup got me geeking, shorty. Ain't know I popped them Xannies, had them sleeping on me. Love in a hood full of hate. Pray to God that he open up them gates. Rest in peace to Freddie Gray and Lil Scooter. Putting on for our city, watch his door. Next stop, Texaco, strapped up, you already know. Fuck niggas hate, that's how it goes. Bros with me, yeah, it's time to go.
City, got my mind strong, take a time bomb. Fuck a pot, I'd rather pack the kitty. I don't want the city, don't call me Diddy. Yeah, I rap my city, way to show them something they ain't ready for. Nigga voice firm so you can't ignore it. Talking shit like I'm fixing toilets. Shag a rhythm, I can see me torn. Horn cuffs, shades on, shirt off, strapped up, Molly down, blowing strong, riding around. The demonstration hold 50 rounds, I'm a fool with it. Got ratchet niggas that's cool with it. up till that ooh hit it. Stop fucking with me, got my mindset. See my mind state is at a high rate. Next stop, Texaco. Strapped up, you already know. Fuck niggas hate, that's how it goes. Bros with me, yeah, it's time to go.
I thought you was gonna have my money today.
Man, it is what it is.
Then last week you told me your wife was cooking.
Man, it is what it is.
Then again, I don't think I want your wife cooking because you don't like it.
Well, it is what it is.
This Fly T Miles, also known as Tyree Miles, and Mr. Miles the writer.
Hip Hop K. Check us out every Friday on Be Exposed Radio. It is what it is, 9/11.
Are they ready to? I know they're not ready to accept it, but yeah, exactly. That's my whole thing. Like, how many of them are really ready to think about it like that?
None.
You know, like
I think the problem is like I don't even know how we got here, but it's inbred.
Mm-hmm.
You're not born to hate people. You're not born to distinguish between black and white and Asian and Hispanic. That's something that you're taught. You're taught. Point blank, period.
Straight up.
My daughter came home and told me that her white teacher was black. Maybe it's because it's how she treated her. She don't see any color. But when it comes to all her friends, all her friends are mixed. All of her friends have a white parent, black, African, Hispanic, other parent.
So
children don't see color. You breed your children. Not breed.
Right.
You raise your children to see that.
Yeah, most definitely.
They don't see racism.
Well, I guess
I met a little girl who had a black doll, and she said because the black dolls are prettier than the white dolls. But then I've taken a black doll and a white doll and put it in front of two kids. And it's a study that they've done before. You put it in front of two kids, and you put it in front of a kid, and you ask them which one is the nice one.
Man, it is what it is. Man, it is what it is. Well, it is what it is.
This Fly T Miles, also known as Tyree Miles, and Mr. Miles the writer.
Hip Hop K. Check us out every Friday on Be Exposed Radio at 9/11.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hello. Welcome to the Cocktail Social. I'm your host, Blue Waters. These are my socialite -2. Cable and Mizell are trapped in some vortex and they are not here with us. And we hope that whatever they do, whatever dimension that they're trapped in, that in the new year they find us. Hopefully they find us today, but if not, we'll see you in the new year, socialites.
Christie will find us.
Oh, Christie is going to find us?
Yes.
But so I've had a bit of drama this week, but I'm gonna save it. I want to touch it with y'all because I had some baby mama drama. So I have to touch my baby mama saga. That's what this part, the beginning. Be what? No, we're not doing that song. So it's my baby.
It's funny. Y'all are funny.
My baby drama saga. That's what it is, baby drama saga, and we're gonna talk about it.
Is it your baby?
It's not my baby, but it's a baby mama who we'll get into it. So I wish. I've been trying to get pregnant for years, but
you just want child support.
First of all, I don't want child support. Let me tell you what I want. I want that good tax, earned income credit,
the child tax credit.
Huh?
Get it not while he's still in the office, you know.
But and we're gonna touch on that a little bit too.
Wow.
But I wanna, because in the past couple of weeks I haven't really touched in on with my socialites. What's going on with y'all? What's going on in your worlds?
School is over today until the 5th. Well, for me, the 5th. Woo! I don't have to deal with nobody's babies for a whole 2 weeks.
You don't like dealing with the babies? And so what you gonna do with all that time?
Oh, your free times.
I mean, I'm gonna still work and be an artist and create. I still got rehearsals for Pearly. Come see it.
When is Pearly?
So
tell us about Pearly.
Pearly. It's an interesting piece.
Walk him up.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I haven't really done musicals since high school, so I really, college a little bit, but I like Pearly. Pearly is a good play. This is the first time I normally did costumes for Pearly or stage manage, but I'm actually in it. I play Get Low.
That's who you're playing, the character?
What is that character?
Get Low is the Step and Fetch equivalent.
Okay.
So have you ever
Sherman Hemsley played him on Broadway. That's where he got famous.
Yeah, Sherman Hemsley.
So that's how he got that dancing and all that.
How he got his job on the Jeffersons was Norton Lewis, and Pearly.
Right, so what you saw in the Jeffersons is basically what you...
Oh, so you doing a Sherman Hemsley?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta come see that. I got to come see you.
Well, I'm trying not to be Sherman, but he made that character, so the character is him. So.
All right.
Oh wow.
Oh,
he really put.
Our socialite has arrived, Miss Mizell. It's the birthday girl. First of all, it is 2.
Excuse me, doing this.
There's some Sages in the building.
I'm sorry, I egg. I need that egg. Yeah, I took a bath today. That's why I took a bath.
Oh, girl, you took a bath for the birthday?
Yeah, you gotta be clean for your birthday. Take a bath for your birthday suit. You know what I'm saying?
And you sweet puss pink.
Yeah.
A sweet puss pink.
What is that?
Sweet puss pink. You don't say all that. Look, Nate looked at it and said, "I'm disturbed."
I'm sorry.
Mr. Couser,
They sitting up. They so perky.
I'm saying, you gotta keep your girls up. You got on the proper bar. Your titties supposed to sit up.
You're trying to maintain for your birthday. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You're trying to maintain for your birthday.
I'm sorry, I gotta get myself set up. Damn lady almost ran Bambi over. On the way over here.
No, none of that.
Yeah.
Please don't hit Bambi.
I said, better her than me.
So, Cocktail, Socialites. Tell me what's going on in the world. Now, you celebrated a birthday. How was it?
Yeah, everything. Yeah, my birthday was the 10th. We went out on Saturday, this past Saturday, to Safari Nightclub. It's out there. What is the name of that place? The Comedy Factory. So now when you go to the Comedy Factory, they funnel you through the nightclub, so you know that you gotta come back there after.
Okay.
And April Watts was there, honey. I showed out so bad that the only reason why we left, and I don't know if you noticed, we left because I got molested on the dance floor. By a chick that looked like a preschool teacher.
Oh no.
Might have been.
I mean, like, she owed me money. Molested. That kind of way.
But I saw you. I'm looking at this dress that you were in, and honey, you were giving the diva. You gave the body.
It's my birthday, so you know.
You gave the body.
But this was the chicks walking by, and the whole time she's there, every chick walked back.
Look at you looking up and down.
The older one was like, I like that dress. I was like, thank you.
But the younger one was.
I didn't know. I was out there cutting the rug. Me and April Watts, we had something going on, honey. That DJ was giving it, and I was giving it up.
Did you dance with April?
I danced from the time I got there till the time it was time to go.
Oh.
Like I said, I was like, it's time to go.
All right.
She owed me money, and my sister was like, she was drunk. She was like, I mean, you want to go back and fight her? I was like, no, let's go. Let's just go home.
Well, you gotta be molested on your birthday. That's what makes the birthday right. I look forward to being
still got it to get molested. You know what I mean?
On my birthday.
Have your cash app open so she can
swipe on up in
I appreciate the support. Yeah.
Miss Mizell, tell us something good. It's your birthday too.
Shoot, I'm about to turn up the mud, you know. We're having a little ugly sweater party.
Okay.
You know.
Who's invited?
Everybody.
Everybody invited. And we gotta come with our ugly sweater.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
I'm gonna be there. I gotta get my ugly sweater tomorrow.
Oh, I mean, but if you ain't got one, you know.
Just come to the ring
Yeah,
tonight.
you know.
I'm gonna just come with no shirt on.
You can just paint one nipple red.
There
you go, and one green.
See,
that's what I was.
There was one on social media where she had one cut out and she had it.
And I won't
looked like
shave my
a
back.
deer, She had like the answer
Sweater.
on her titty. Yeah. And the nipple part was Rudolph.
I think you should cut that bitch with a line down the front.
I'ma just cut my. We gonna cut my chest hair down the middle. I'ma wear a cardigan.
Oh, and that's still and that's still be a sweat.
Did you say you're not gonna shave your back?
That's the mohair. That mohair. The mohair sweat on.
Keep it curly.
Right. All shimmery. A curly. Oh my goodness.
We gotta keep you away from the food, but not
You ain't lying.
curlicue in it.
Oh
no. It's a beautiful
Oh Lord.
It's caught on my tonsil. It's caught on my tonsil. Oh Lord.
That's a very.
Give me
a piece of bread.
ASAP guy.
I treat it like a chick, like a fish bone.
I don't know anything about it.
Hold on. She got some tea. What happened?
I heard that one of them ASAPs, I don't know if it was Ferg or Rocky, did a
Isn't
sex
Ferg
tape.
dead?
I heard that I don't know nothing about that.
Who did?
They said that his stroke was erratic, that the performance was lackluster, and he didn't manscape. And I hear there are nudes of Steph Curry. Why, Lord?
Yeah, they weren't real though, because it was supposed to be him and Aisha Curry. They wasn't real. They look like they got two yellow people from the damn corner store and took pictures. Like you get, like they in Redskins apparel.
Yeah, I'm sorry. All the cat noises. The furball noises made me think about
Ooh, that burp gonna stink, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all gonna get a real whiff for that one.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You get a mouth fart?
Oh no.
That's all buffalo wing.
So, Mr. Gilmore.
I'm still stuck on this Manscaped. Now I don't do that shit. Fuck that. You getting full bush.
Now listen, hold on.
Ball bush.
To quote the blogger, I'm not talking scorched earth, but at least trim back the bush. That's all.
Well, I'm gonna tell. For me, this is just me. When you don't manscape, if I have to go down there and do anything orally with anybody down there, and you got shoots and bushes and brushes and stuff. First of all, it is not comfortable.
Got toilet paper crumbs.
And if you're not gonna shave, at least cornrow it.
Oh,
that's what the booty hole.
But how long is this fucking head go?
Oh, you know, Blackman head down there.
That's just silk press.
It is. This string is straight.
Blackman head
clearance is ASAP Rocky.
Thank you.
ASAP
Rocky.
Thank you, Smitty.
Oh, he came up in the impeachments, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
How did he come up in impeachment?
Because he's friends with the I'm sorry, with the Wests. And so he went to, when he got arrested, they went to Donald Trump, and Donald Trump gave him.
Because you know he don't care. ASAP Rocky don't care about black people problems because he live in Beverly Hills. He's not black anymore.
Oh, what?
That was literally his quote.
Really?
That was literally his quote.
Really, black people.
He said, so what happened with black people, because he don't care about black life. Well, see, the thing was, when he went into jail, everybody was like, oh, so did you care now? Because now you want everybody to help you get out of jail. And everybody was like, fuck you, nigga.
Except for the Kardashian Wests.
Well, I look, I ain't gonna speak about them. I feel like if you say Kardashian too many times, one of them bitches gonna pop up right here.
I watched Star Trek the other day. I watched the whole episode of Star Trek, and they mentioned Kardashians.
Bloody Chloe, bloody Chloe.
Because they Kardashian, like
the Anywho, how about you, Blue?
Oh no, I'm saving because I told you. So at the beginning, let me let y'all know, Socialites, that I had some baby mama drama. So in the baby mama drama saga, it's going to be the beginning of. It's going to be my situation.
Did you let him vent though?
No, I'm gonna let him vent.
No, I'm saying, did you let them vent?
Oh yeah, I did. But I'm
right. Who had the motherfucking baby?
But I gotta let him tell his.
Next hour, okay. Next hour.
How is ain't no pubes in there. So
beard hair.
How was your week going?
My week was weird. It just was a week. It came and it went. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
I did step out on faith today, so you know, Trying to walk on board a little bit.
Who you stepped out on her?
I don't know yet.
I knew what you were talking about.
Look, I was like, that's her name. Like Faith. How'd you feel about stepping out
That's
on
Karma's sister.
Is she light skinned?
She might be.
So, the baby mama drama saga.
Oh Lord, here we go.
The baby mama drama saga.
It sounds like it needs theme music.
It does. It does. So, as I said last week, a situation occurred where a young lady called
Because you
me
didn't
up.
call her woman, she's a young lady.
A young lady called me up because she does. She still has young lady. She's not even 20.
Oh, come on. She a child.
Well,
You need to put a handle on it.
Not a child. A child.
Sit down.
She
Does
called
she
to
think she know who you are?
She does know me. She's known.
But she don't know you.
She don't know me.
But when she talked to you, when she addressed you, did she put a handle on it?
So what happened?
Let her know because she watching you.
I mean, that's nice, and that's why I'm doing this.
Tell the story. Shit, I want to know what happened. Goddammit.
She called me up and alleged that I was having sex with her 19-year-old male.
That's a baby.
So she acted as if you was a
I guess.
Wait. The 19-year-old's mama called you?
No.
His girlfriend.
His girlfriend.
Thank you. I got confused. I'm like, damn, his mother called you?
His girlfriend.
Okay.
And her thing was, he sent a text to my phone stating something about his dick not being good enough.
Good enough for whom?
Well, apparently me.
Oh.
And I said to her, now this was at 6-something in the morning.
Your cheating husband is cheating on me.
Yeah. Now, he allegedly sent this text to my phone.
Okay.
Now, my thing is, so what was the response from me?
Yes.
Well, there was no response.
You're cheating hard. We're sorry.
There was no response. And I said, Smitty, first, when you calling me this hour in the morning.
Yeah, because she was got cussed all the way
it
out.
was very disrespectful. But I remembered that I had to remain professional and I remained an adult. And I said, I hate to disappoint you, but we are not as intimate as you think we are. And if you
not as
and the reality
keyword
and no, we're not, because I do know him. I've known him before I knew her. But the fact of the matter is, we weren't that type of situation.
Not physically intimate.
And if you had doubts about your man.
Since January, right?
Since January, when she received.
But when he was 18.
Right.
So when he was 18, you should have had you should have had a conversation then.
Yeah, Lord.
Yeah, because by now, I mean, shit, you could at least save him before he got all the way gay.
Well, that's not. But
you could have maybe convinced him to come back. It's your fault. That's what, damn near what? That was that 12 months, damn near?
Yeah.
That's a damn year. I mean, he all the way there now.
The thing is, he's not. Her issue is that he befriended a gay man.
He bring him back, you know what I'm saying? Come on, baby.
He's not.
Wait,
Jamaica.
Hold on, pause. Pause. So because he befriended a gay male
that was working with him in the past, and because of our relationship, then that means
he
that
must be dead.
So where did she get the remnants of this relationship from? Where did she go through his phone?
Apparently, that's what she was saying.
So did he text the wrong number?
No,
or was he saying that his dick wasn't good enough for her?
I don't know.
He probably didn't even say that. That was her
interpretation of it.
I don't know who was he using the phone for. I don't know, nor do I care. But my response to it is that
what time she called you?
At 6.
Yeah, she got cussed all the way out.
And so this is what I said. I was real nice, and she first of all, at 6 in the morning, I was every big and every motherfucker and every faggot in the book.
In the AM, you
and
your names and shit.
And the names that I have not. I didn't disrespect her.
Brushed her teeth.
I know.
She slept
She
on that.
put some stink on it.
She woke up. Oh, fuck this.
I can't wait. It was like Christmas morning for her ass. She was like, I got to call his ass. Damn.
I was gonna wait till 8, but fuck that.
So what happened was, I told him that that's not my place to put your female in her place.
You
That's
better
your
check
place.
her. You better
So,
check
or the next time, I'm going to be that faggot that she has a problem with.
Oh,
And so she called herself using his phone to bait me in a messenger. And this is how I knew that, because we've never had a conversation of anything that is inappropriate.
2019.
I mean, but that's irrelevant. He doesn't have to, but I mean, I guess they had that type of relationship.
Yeah.
I don't know. They go through each other's phones and stuff like that. But
That's
she
young
was
shit.
like,
pretty much.
She texts me through the messenger, and I respond, and her response is, "Do you want some of this dick?" So she sends this little emoji.
So this was separate from her calling.
Yeah.
So confused,
This
Bleu.
is debate.
I'm
the little
so
girl, she tried to
confused.
trick Bleu to try to get what she deemed would be the truth by coming on his phone and his messenger to Bleu saying, "Do you want this dick?"
Okay.
Sending an emoji and everything.
Been funny if you wrote back, no, I want that ass, nigga.
So no,
You never offered me that before.
But that's so the conversation was. I'm like, okay. You want to play games like I'm stupid. So I went on with this elaborate. I love you. I want everything. I want you to.
Smitty came from behind.
But you do this first 6 a.m. and then you're supposed to do this first.
Exactly.
This is.
How did it? I want to hear that.
It ended with her. It ended with her it ended with her in the middle of the day, like at the end of the day, calling back. How could you do this to him? How could you just mess with a young boy like that? And I'm like, okay.
Why does she even know, like, how old you are, all these details and shit? Like,
I don't, because of him.
That's
funny as shit.
Mess.
People got too much time on their goddamn hands.
I said, sweetie,
Funny.
I said, sweetie, sugar, honey, darling. Me and you shouldn't even have this conversation. You should be having this conversation with him. But guess what? She had him locked up. So she can't have that conversation.
She had him locked up.
Locked
So
up
was
for
this
what?
before the phone call?
She had him locked up for sleeping with you?
No, she had him locked up, period.
Cause why?
Because that's what they did. That's what young people do in their relationship.
No, that's what
Oh
dumb.
no, she dumb as fuck.
I don't understand.
So,
dumb as
Cue the
fuck.
siren. That was good timing.
Yeah,
That was good.
so my response to her is,
coming.
sweetie,
You're next.
I said, sweetie, at this point, me and him wasn't ever in that way, but since you're accusing me of it, if he ever does
motherfucking lie.
across this threshold, this cougar will
bust his
sweep
shirt.
up off that motherfucking mountain and be like, and I'ma be, we will be step parents together.
Oh, fuck them live on
the
Facebook. Shit, with her tagged in.
Like, right.
We gonna look on Facebook. Blue is sharing us some video. Oh Lord, it's a watch.
I'm gonna invite y'all to the wedding. We gonna have nuptials. I'm like, and my biggest issue is that for someone like, first of all, you're accusing a man that has never given you that indication. At least I don't know that. And my only takeaway from it is that it's because I'm gay and he's straight, and that the way that I assist him, you assume that it has to be something more going on. And I'm like, sweetie, if that was the case, why didn't you just invite yourself over and make yourself present, and you would have known that. But you're in the background, and that's the issue. So I'm like, you need to step your pussy up.
Oh no!
And with that,
I got your man, and you can't do anything about it.
Yes.
Well, and now the issue with me is that this is not the first time this has ever happened. Whenever I am friends with a straight male and they have a female, the female always assumes, because we are close. And the way that I'm close with Jonathan, and I sit back and I'm like, hey Jonathan, everything like that. If a straight female is with him, if I touch him like this, or if I do anything, we're fucking.
You don't even have to do that for some of these women. Just the fact that you walk in the room, the assumption is already.
First of all, you should be secure enough in your own shit to know.
And that's the problem.
If I was a female and I suspected that my man is with another man, I am not going to have no conversations. I am done. Ladies, be done. Don't try to figure out if he's straight or gay when you have an idea, a thought, a feeling. Go with your gut and move on.
You say the Blue's Clues
came home. He had a condom stuck between his teeth.
Paranoid about everything. You ate popcorn, you fucking aren't you? The fuck?
It's like the butt on your lips too long.
Right.
It's like your lips too greasy.
So you eat kettle corn now.
Oh.
You eat that sweet corn, huh? You fucking lose. You ain't never ate kettle corn before.
He done put that sweetness on you.
So it's it was all of that, and the drama. It was just a lot of nonsense, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to vent it
sitting over the jail
on the cocktail social. Well, I mean, for whatever reason,
maybe getting dick now.
Well,
you gotta
he and that bitch talking about no.
That was the cocktail. That was my baby mama drama, and hopefully I don't have any more in 2020.
Oh no!
Because I was like, you know what? Nobody got time for it, but I do. I was with the shit. I was with
not
all
at 6
of it.
o'clock in the morning. I'd have been ready to look for her ass. Like, where you say he was at?
Like I'm on vacation.
I'm gonna have to cuss you out face to face. No, but she need to cussing out face to face for calling that early.
We weren't on it, and I know I have years of cussing experience, and I'll cuss you a new shade.
But there's no need. Like she was already done when she called.
She was she was done when she called it. But
you don't even know how to play that real game. Like you supposed to play the game first.
Right.
And then when that nothing works, then you call yourself like you.
Yeah, the calling is the last resort. That's when you desperate. You just like, I just need to know.
Right.
How many times was it?
But my question is, for what? What you gonna do about it?
Right.
At that point, nothing. I mean, the fucking has already begun.
What you do? And
I made that mistake before and called the other woman, and I felt like I asked after I hung out, like, yo, you just.
I'm always the bitch that get cold.
Like, you dumb.
I don't even be fucking with the motherfucker. They call me and shit. I'm like, first of all, I ain't even known this motherfucker long enough to be fucking him. Like
that I know of, because you never know. But that I know of, I was cheated on once by this chick, and she cheated on me because the nigga had more money and everything than I did. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I ain't shit to say to him. My shit was to her.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Everything I had to say was to her.
As it should have been.
Yeah.
And that's what the fuck. I ain't called nobody. I ain't playing no fucking games. I ain't doing. Everything I had to say was for her fucking ears. And when the shit was done, it was done.
I never understood why you call the other. What? Unless it's just
to let your present be known. That's all that shit be.
Doing that shit,
they
man.
just want to let their
I
present be
just had to
known.
say
Like,
shit
you
to her.
got
Then when he come rolling up to this when I was over on Pembridge. Over Park Heights, he come pulling up. Oh, I think we should have a conversation. I said, bitch, this ain't Betty, right? This ain't woman. Get the fuck out of here. I'm like, he's like, well, I love her.
I don't care if you come out of the.
God bless y'all. I hope y'all have.
I really can't. I just don't want to lose to you. And I mean, we've been through so much. You know what I'm saying? But you're a grown man. Doesn't that crying to another dude? Like,
and when I'm working with young ladies, that's what I usually tell them. Like, look, getting out here, scrapping over a guy or the other woman. That
it's
entertainment
for the people watching.
It's entertainment for everybody that's watching. And my thing is, again, like I said, if you have any suspicion, you believe, you think, you thought, you found, you were snooping, and you discovered.
You know,
or you feel it, move on.
Yeah, and if you
but my thing is, if you're calling someone and you don't know what's going on, and you're trying to put two and two together, don't put yourself out there like that, because what you're doing, and this is how I took it, is now you're giving me permission to go in. Because the next time, because you've already accused me of something that hasn't happened, so I'll make your dreams come true.
You know,
And I'm like, if you old enough to cross the street, you old enough to get hit.
Yeah.
I said to this one young lady because she accused her boyfriend of cheating all the time. And she kept telling me, she was just like, I just feel like he is. And I kept wondering, like, well, what is that feeling? Because sometimes it's way beyond.
Sometimes it's gas.
But that's what it was. Like,
I just got a feeling in my gut. No, bitch, you should have drank that milk.
No, sometimes it's you ain't got nothing going on.
No, you know what it is with her. And no, sometimes this is what it is too, is that she had been growing up in a system of not trust, of trusting anyone. She didn't trust her parents. She didn't trust her friends. And so she didn't trust
she
her.
fucked up in the game already.
And
You can't trust your parents.
But when I say trust them, I mean where she didn't trust them with the core part of her. There's a difference between, there's stuff you give your parents where it's like, okay. But then there's a part of you sometimes that you ain't willing to give them.
Make it part of you.
Right. And so when you have that as your foundation, and that becomes your whole building of other relationships, and that's where it was. I said, well, sit back on it. Really, are you the one building this whole situation in your mind? And she was. She built this shit in her mind, about to lose out on something that she really wanted. He really wanted her for some god awful reason.
Well, and that's what I was saying to her. I tried to assure her, like, sweetie, I am and what you are is not the same.
At all.
And so my thing is that if he's leaving me to come to you, he likes you. Because that's like leaving the palace and going to the hut. And so...
Gotcha. Baby, a hut.
Gucci, baby. you
loving it.
Yeah,
right.
that
See,
is
that's
it.
where you got the better, because that's where you say, well, see, clearly it's something in this hut that ain't in that palace.
Right.
So you got to be able to find your shit.
You got, and that's what I'm saying.
You got to find
like,
that.
if you had that, that's why I would respond like, oh, well, you ain't got it.
Right.
He was with you, but he came back over here. Well, good. Y'all can be there. I'm good with that, but don't call me. But when you call me up, you're telling me like, you know what? Now, if I have to show
have a
Trixie,
decision in your voice when you call.
I like that. She pulled you in the young girl game.
Yeah, if she
like
you
because that's by my
she had a homegirl that was sitting there and
right. And then Cole would say, snatching her dignity out because that's why every time.
That's funny as shit.
That's how they be talking though.
And I'm sitting here on the other end like, you know what? And I'm in my mind, the project girl in me was coming out, and I'm like,
keep it.
Shit, I don't want stink meat on her ass.
What did you say now?
She been on that phone.
Her face would have just came through the receiver on the other side and shit, right in her face.
So yeah, but that was it, and I was just like, I'm glad my nieces. I hope my nieces have never had to do any of that.
I can see that shit.
So that was the baby mama drama, and I had to fill my Socialites in on it because I was like, you know what, this is too.
These two, I can't.
It was too much for me to keep to myself, and I was like, I'm saving for the cocktail social to share it with y'all because it was definitely something that I needed to drink.
I'm gonna look at the messenger. See if
I wonder.
She probably on there right now, like emoji.
Every time. Every motherfucking time. Oh, what that is?
Yeah, I can do that.
So, grab your cocktails. We're going to jump right into the cocktail social.
That's me right there.
Yep. We're going to jump right into the cocktail question after this commercial break. This is Be Exposed Radio. This is the Cocktail Social. I'm Blue Waters, and these are my socialites.
Yes, I'm going on Instagram. This is so fun.
Long live Pop. Y'all can go ahead and cry now. I'ma show these niggas what to do at one of your beats, man. I am Gas, by the way. Strong woman story should have been on CNN. Nobody knows what it's like being Gwen. Windows closed in the house, it ain't no CNN.
Can't gain weight for years, she been being thin. Single mother, no help from the system. When they was giving out food stamps, she missed them. Birth certificate, baby daddy, she couldn't list them. But her son was so beautiful when she kissed him. Blame it on love, but nigga she could've died with. Destroyed the whole world and found out she was a side chick. The nigga loved his wife and it got hard to hide it. So when Quinn confronted him, he ain't even denied it. Her fault, depends on who you asking. She tried to be a stripper, but the tip out was taxing. Buying all the purses, trying to keep up with the fashion. And her mama hated baby sitting with a passion. She deserved better.
There's a rumor going around that Tyler Perry and Oprah are beefing. Well, let me tell you about this. Tyler, okay, told Oprah, bitch, if you don't have my money, we're going to have a problem. Ooh. Oprah said, what is the problem? Ooh. You said if I don't have your money, there was going to be a problem. So Oprah is standing her ground like, bitch, I'm in charge. Yeah, you know, you may have a $250 million studio over there that you film all your shows and movies and stuff on, but I have the empire. That's what Oprah said.
Oh, these are her exact words. Allegedly.
I made this up. But
allegedly.
I made it all up. But there was a rumor that they were beefing. But Tyler confirms that they don't have any issues. So it says it was recently reported on the rumors that was swirling that the twosome were on the outs over constructive criticism of a Perry's show. Well, I got some constructive criticism, and we can be on the outs, Tyler, and I don't give a damn because I'm gonna make a promo out of this anyway and share it to your page. I need the scenes on have and have-nots to be like 5% shorter each one. I want you to watch an episode of The Young and the Restless because this is supposed to be a soap opera. No one's dialogue on The Young and the Restless is like this. You don't have to talk about the random plant in the corner for 25 minutes on one damn scene.
They talk about random plants.
It was a blood stain on the floor for 5 episodes. I can't take it. We need to kick this up. I'm sorry. I love the have and the have-nots, and I continue to watch it in its 5th season. But I get so mad when I can go get myself a glass of water and come back, and he had just started the next sentence in his first paragraph. I can't stand it.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
I forgot. Come back, get some meatballs.
Welcome back to the Cocktail Social.
You know, you got to be much in the mood.
I'm your host, Blue Waters. This is Be Exposed Radio, and we're going to get into the first cocktail question.
Yeah.
So, did y'all get the chance to see the cocktail question?
I did not.
You didn't. So the cocktail. Well, I want to start off with a holiday question.
Okay.
And the first question is just about the fact that we're at the end of the year, and there's been an impeachment.
Yep, there has been.
There's been,
we don't know if it's going to take
the beginning of the year in Baltimore, it's been all sorts of craziness in politics. We had one mayor go out, another mayor come in.
And another one that's trying to run again.
And another one that's trying to run again.
Don't call it a comeback.
It's been drama all up and down and around. And so,
I don't trust that, Mario. I'm tired of it. I ain't going to bullshit you. I'm tired of it all. Just fuck it all. I'm tired of it.
I wanted to know, what will you be doing differently in 2020? What has 2019
Getting my dick sucked every morning before I go to work.
Me too.
Okay.
I mean,
real shit.
That sounds like a good way to start a day.
Say it with your chest.
I mean,
He said, I'm getting my dick sucked every morning.
I'm tired of going to work with a dry dick. That shit ain't good.
You gotta get you a pocket pussy.
No, I want real mouth. I want real warm mouth.
there's a product for that.
I want tongue and spit. And I want to hit back of throats.
I don't have that in a bottle.
I want to see my dick start poking right there.
Wait a minute.
Oh, no, you better get a scrawny dick, bitch.
No, it's even more fun with a fat neck bitch. You know one of them bitches with the roll? Look like a little piece of pound cake.
Nate?
Underneath my neck look like a pigfoot ankle.
Yo!
Not in the morning time.
Hot sauce.
I don't want to go in front of the babies with a wet dick. I don't want that.
Old dry dick ass teacher, motherfucker. Just say you nicer when your dick is wet.
But for me,
don't let a baby suck your dick.
No.
You supposed to get it before class, not during.
The views seen here, not those representatives.
Exactly.
But I think in 2020 for me, I'm going to continue on from 2019. I stopped giving a fuck on January 2nd.
Okay.
And not giving a fuck in a good way. Like, not letting any relationships hinder the things in life that I wanted. Because we have a lot of triggered people in this world, and I'm not for them. I want you to get triggered good over there.
I want you to stay out of my brain.
Yeah.
I want you to stay out of You hear me?
But I think
I swear you live right
I'm going to focus on this. Staying in my
I was thinking.
This was Spirit Week at school. No.
What's you?
For me, I was talking to Johnny about this out in the lobby that for 2020, I'm going into 2020 with mindfulness, moderation, and accountability. I'm working on trying to slow me down because right now it's too much. It's like Cartoon Network in my mind and outside of my mind.
I feel you on that because I thought I was all scatterbrained. Like
I feel like
everywhere.
I feel like the opening montage for Cartoon Network right now. It's not a pretty sight. It doesn't work well for my life. And I quit. No, no, not that one.
Looney Tunes.
Cartoon Network. Cartoon. That Cartoon Friday.
Oh no.
The whole thing is happening right here.
Say
no. In real time.
Mr. Mizell, 2020.
To be honest, I ain't thought that far ahead. I'm trying to make it through this week.
Probably next week.
I'm trying to make it through the week. I ain't even thought that far ahead. To be honest,
you haven't gotten it yet. I have. I've already started.
I have other concerns.
I'm not taking niggas.
Yes. Talk about it.
Niggerish shit.
Yes.
Lies. Because you taking me into the new year.
Well, no, you're not a nigga.
That's true.
Fact.
That is true.
And
so you can be a nigga or have niggerish shit, but you can't have both of them.
You can't. No, you can't have none of that.
Okay.
None of them. And
you might not be a nigga, but you had nigga tendencies.
Now, if you got nigga tendencies, you can come, but I'm just not taking niggerish shit and niggas into 2020 with me.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be selfish. Cause I don't mind it.
Ain't no wrong with that.
No, I'm going
selling fish. You have to be selfish.
No, I'm not selling nobody's fish. First of all, if you call anything on your body fish,
that's not.
That is not inviting. That is.
We should have a fish fry.
We should have
a fish fry.
Seafood.
You said this before.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
28th.
Let's do it.
Let's do it the 28th. Let's do it for
fish fry.
That's when
look, you gotta make sure you wear clothes that you don't care about.
Right.
That fish get burned.
And that you not. And you not.
Kids gonna be running door like.
They already are.
Wow.
There's gonna be more of them out there.
They calling in their friends.
And you're not gonna have a gentleman caller at the end of the night. Because if you have a gentleman caller, he gonna be like, oh,
that perch.
The difference between
is that barracuda,
fried fish, and crotch
or piranha?
Not crotch.
I don't know. This one bitch, she smell like a whole fish sandwich with the bread. That shit
with the tortoise sauce.
I hate going behind a woman that leave that smell in the bathroom.
That's because they fought in that goddamn toilet, and then if they fought in the toilet, go whoo, and then when they get up, it comes out of the toilet and shit. And you make another sound because it's in that tunnel and shit. If it smell like old lady pantyhose,
wait a minute.
Hold on, the gays
are like church whiff.
The gays,
church whiff. You know they come out, they sit down and they fucking.
They don't shower no more. So they scared to get in the tub, so they just powder down and shit.
And do a whole bath.
Some of them they scared to get in the tub.
Yeah, because they
gonna fall
out and they can't reach up under them folds.
Shit, you better get a goddamn rag on a stick and just put that bitch between the rolls and just get up in there.
Grandma's all around, but
that's funny as shit.
Oh no, my grandma was that
much. We talking about old ladies. Nobody said grandmother. We said old bitches. Nobody said grandmothers.
I'm just
saying. You
gotta hire a bitch.
Them ones that's
hire a bitch to hold your stomach back just so you can get underneath the bitch. Like on a 600-pound life. You seen that shit when they had to hold them motherfucker's stomach back? You got like 5 people just holding your stomach up so they can get
every last one of them.
Say what you want. Have you seen a 600-pound white woman with single?
Not one.
Not
that Yeah, they ain't damn sure ain't been single.
That lets you know that you can be skinny and look good and
still won't have no goddamn man.
And be out this bitch calling me up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
I know you fucking him.
Like what this 600-pound bitch?
And most of them complained because the husbands were like feeding them. Sneaking them food into the house and shit.
My favorite was the bitch that was frying pork chops on the side of the bed.
On the bed.
And then she roll over and wash her ass in that same bed. I'm like, y'all nasty shit.
My
pork chops, they look
homeboy used
good,
to
though.
try to make up with his boyfriend.
That bitch fucking fucked up your pork. I said, I know why you big shit because you can cook.
So did you see the motherfucker that was pulling the fucking he would put the money in the bucket and the Chinese man to put the money in the fucking bucket. He had the bitch out the window. That motherfucker supposed to be on a diet. That motherfucker had a
bucket to bring the food out.
The Chinese man, he put the shit in the bucket
and he was like, oh yeah.
He would pull that bitch.
Calls me about 4 times a day.
That's some fat people shit.
That's some fat people.
They had the fucking damn man tear the building down to get that fat ass out of that bitch. He was a brick building. He was like, I'm trapped. I'm trapped. That motherfucker looked like a mime in that bitch. I'm trapped. I can't get out. I can't get out. He looked like Gilmore when she got to put that head on. I can't get out. I can't get out.
Some shit like that.
This bitch had a bucket. Did you see it? That motherfucker was wheeling that motherfucker out with his fat ass arms and shit. And then his arms was short as a motherfucker, so the rope had to be a little extra long because he couldn't.
But what's fucked up is after I watch it, I be nervous as shit to go eat.
Yeah, you be scared as shit to go eat.
I don't really want that piece of chicken right now.
Right.
When I see, first of all, I can't believe people get that big.
Except for that fucking pork chop.
It will slide up on you though, because I ain't gonna lie.
Especially if you wear stretchy clothes.
Yeah, I've gained weight over the last like 2 years, and you don't really feel it because I wasn't a heavy child. You don't really feel it.
I wasn't heavy, but I want huskies.
Something has to happen. Like
that's a big baby.
Health issue has to happen for you to really realize.
I felt it because let me tell you something. When I was.
But you wearing clothes like this, like
yeah,
you don't feel it.
I felt the shit when one day I moved around. I was like, that makes right.
Shit. Look. I was on my side and my head fell across my stomach. I said, who the fuck is in there? Motherfucker, my own goddamn stomach. I said, what the fuck did this shit get in? Oh Lord, I'm fat.
I had a tall mirror. I have a tall mirror, and when I came out of the bathroom and looked at it, I had titties, and I didn't know. I said, well,
then you played your role a little bit too good. They was like, well, shit.
I had titties, and I was up there chicken, and they was jumping. I said, I ain't never knew. Look, I was really, and then I seen, I said,
you know one good thing about me, because I've always been fat, is that when people see me, I ain't changed none. I ain't got bigger. I ain't got smaller.
Well, see, that's a good thing. When you get bigger, that's when motherfuckers be like,
oh, you know, old people get on my nerves. Oh, you so big. Well, bitch, you so old. Who gonna die first?
Oh no, not necessarily in this.
I fucking love. But you know what I love? I love when you get a nice chunky lady riding your dick, and she start holding your stomach for leverage. That shit right there.
Wait a minute.
arms up. Put your arms up.
Hold on.
You grabbing her. No, but I'm talking about how that comes in there. So like you grabbing her ass and then she holding on to your stomach. And that shit is fucking sexy as shit.
Listen,
I don't know.
I like a chunky man. I like a chunky man.
That motherfucker, you be laying there, motherfucker, be sweating on you. Be underneath that bitch ducking sweat drops underneath that.
No! That's why you never let him get on top.
Leaking.
That was a bad.
You never let him on top.
Never.
Motherfucker almost broke me.
Fuck around and fall asleep and shit. You be under that bitch crushed. Calling for help.
I was in there. Look, my legs like. And I was like, he was like, yeah, I'm getting it. I was like,
You stay weird like shit.
You ain't laying on your stomach and just eating shit.
I can't breathe.
Fish sticks, nigga. Fish sticks.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Motherfucker, that bitch paying like a dog in that motherfucker.
Oh my goodness, y'all. How did we get on 600 pounds?
I don't know.
I was saying something about them holding their stomachs back.
I'm going to Google this shit. I need to.
You never saw it, yo. That motherfucker had a fucking bucket.
But like you said, you be like, bitch, let me go clean this refrigerator.
And they got mad because they ain't put his fortune cookies
What
in
you
the
eating
motherfucker.
lettuce, goddamn?
Air, bitch. That's what I'm eating. Like
air.
You ever had your belly
That's
button?
like that one of them. They quit their job.
That shit is cool.
The first time,
if you have an Eddie, mine is real deep. And she put some fucking champagne in there and licked that shit out.
Yeah. Oh, that shit probably had mold on the end of that bitch. You probably
you wash your belly button.
Dirty ass bones for you.
She got some fucking navel scum on that motherfucker. Look, you put that shit in there. She got like a riptide in that motherfucker.
This shit goes well.
No, don't put your goddamn navel out this motherfucker.
I put my navel out this bitch.
So all out this motherfucker.
Well, first of all,
start smelling like
smell
like cheese.
No.
The navel lint.
Soap.
You're nasty.
Got to dry that.
I dig out my navel every.
If you don't wash that motherfucker, that bitch will go fucking monkey on your ass.
My navel smell like Irish Springs.
Okay.
Shit.
And Coast.
Wash it.
Them good hard soaps, exactly.
Yeah, it's crunchy as shit.
That's why I use
that shit dry you to
some dial golds. Antibacterial.
My first experience sexually with an older guy, he explored my body with his mouth thoroughly.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, thoroughly.
And I will say that was the first.
Like that.
Oh, he was, and he wasn't gumming, you bastard.
Y'all don't know what this motherfucker
You made your whole body. And I'm gonna say this because I wasn't used to it. I laughed the whole time. It was the ticklish shit that I was in there.
Nigga sound like Daddy Rubble in that bitch.
I was giggling. I didn't know how. I was trying to contain myself, and I was like. That's exactly how I was. That's exactly how I was.
Oh, man.
My arousal was gone because I was laughing too much. He was enjoying himself. I just was like,
shit, maybe he had a giggle fetish.
I don't know.
He just want you sitting there and giggle in his ears.
You can't ring this bell. It is omitted.
That damn giggle fetish that just got creepy. And it just creepy. Stop saying it. Something weird about this.
Do the giggle.
That sounds like one of the Looney Tunes.
It was. They did that. I don't know why, like, foot fetish was fine, anything, but that giggle fetish, that just sounds weird.
Hey, I ain't never heard of it, but I'm pretty sure somebody out there that, you know,
laugh.
It just got a row full of feathers in that motherfucker.
It's that tickle shit when you tie a bitch down and
tickle that feet.
Yeah.
So I'm not a fan. I've never been a fan of being tickled. To me,
Oh, no, it makes me violent.
Is a
I will
form
fight.
of torture. It's
I will
torture.
fight.
I think that
You gotta
to tickle-
fight through it.
I feel like to tickle a child is the worst form of torture that you could ever do. Yeah.
You know how
They used to say that shit make them stutter.
make you fart.
Tickle a kid.
That ain't, you ever been tickled so hard you just damn, bitch, back off now, you motherfucker. Get off my stomach, bitch.
It's like a defense mechanism
Right.
without you can see his ass perk up like, oh shit, he's on spray.
Y'all are so funny.
But you know what is sick is when you do like that little cum torture. That's part of a little kind of a little bit of tickle.
That shit is fucking fun.
I love that shit.
Oh, you mean like edging?
Like
No. Like after she come or after he
when
come,
everything is way too sensitive.
and it's ready, you keep going.
Yeah.
Nobody likes that. That's not fun. Don't do that.
Fuck. Shit. I had that month. She was like,
Hold on.
you had to,
La la la. La,
oh,
la.
sorry.
La.
So you know how you gotta get in a lock so she can't move. So I was eating the fuck out that shit. So then she started spraying the shit, and then she came, and I was really excited. I was like, good, she came. And squirting, you know what the fuck I mean.
Squirting piss is not the same thing.
And so
Do research. It's not the
I
same.
trust somebody with a pussy to tell me if it's piss or not. So she started going off, and after she came, that's when I stuck my dick in. It was wonderful.
Oh, well, yeah.
That shit was wonderful.
Well,
I definitely trust the pussy to tell me if it's not it.
Yeah, like a
I ain't just no
gallon
nigga to
show
tell me if
be
it's piss or not.
drowning in that bitch.
Well, I'm telling you.
Remember they put that all go right. Remember they had that whole day and shit. Like they put their hoes on day fuck around and drown in it. Your motherfucker done dried or dried.
If I had met you when I was 18, I probably could have grew my damn beard sooner.
Shit.
Oh, man.
That shit don't work.
I don't know, it just feels good.
Yeah, well, but it don't work.
Ain't nothing like coming up with a Jerry Curl beard. Bitch look like Soul Glow.
Glycerin. One motherfucking man should look like Santa Claus right now.
Wow. Y'all are in rare form.
Yes, we
You ever eat pussy and burp at this?
I mean, well, I've never personally. Me myself.
Well, Bleu, you ever ate pussy came in and this was like
a pussy
get a little burp after the end?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. And I've
like when you been down there in the
because you
It's
get
too much air going there.
but it's the air.
You're getting in there. And also I've done oral sex, fellatio, and that's happened.
You burped it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you get real
But you know what? I had a bitch burp on my dick and that shit actually felt good.
So long and it made your nose stop up.
I said she burped on it. She
Oh, I
ain't
thought
burped
you
on
said
it.
No, but I know I've hit my
A little
toes
food
a
on
few times, so.
Tip of your dick smell like Burger King.
Burger King. Burger King.
Like
These two in this corner.
This cocktail. We are not right.
Oh, God, now. No, that's a different type of. Oh, God, now.
Oh, you mean the backwash when they?
No,
up on your dick head, you like.
You can't look at it. You look away. You just act like you just look up in the sky and shit. Like, yeah, because that throw up is gonna be a little hotter.
So you don't like that? Like, is that a thing? Like, you don't like that? Or?
What, the throw up on a dick?
Yeah.
That's just messy.
Listen, no, because
listen,
what's the what you into?
I'll let her throw up on you.
No, I'm talking about throwing up.
It's according to what you into.
No.
Because you gag and come up a little warm, you swallow it back down, and I had a motherfucker threaten me with like next time you.
Yeah.
Now let me tell you, the person that I learned how to perform.
What I said bothered you, but you just said that shit.
You didn't flap your ears.
So what I'm saying is that the person that I learned how to perform oral sex from was a porn star, and she was.
Well,
in person. She used to perform oral sex, and she had a really big mouth.
Okay.
And whenever she performed oral sex, she would make sounds like,
yeah. You talking about me? I think I know you talking about. This is crazy as shit.
But one thing I will say, and one thing she was, and every time she would kick this saliva, all this mucousy saliva,
it was thick shit.
It's called something.
So wait a minute. Cause I understand.
That thick spit is called something.
Yeah, drool.
Yeah, black dark skin.
It's called drool or slough.
That's what's her name.
That's her name, Midori.
Okay, Midori. Thanks for.
Yeah, always come. Can I tell you something? Midori, whatever your name is, you are an icon.
So wait a minute. So the person who I not learned from, but I got some extra tips from, was Auntie Angel. She did an interview. It's on YouTube. You can find her. But she did the same thing. She had the sound effects. It was like, like she did all this extra stuff, and she was like, I guarantee you. I'm telling you, the sound effect. I got 2 cars. I got a minivan and a car.
Oh shit! That
she called it a 5-minute BJ, and it really was a 5-minute BJ. You don't have to work hard, but you get a lot of the reward just for making sound effects.
Well, yeah. I know nobody want no silent lover.
No. What happens? So you have to let it hit the back of your throat
and let the tears fall.
Let the tears fall.
Let the tears
because
run.
guys like that.
Men like that.
I'm leaking. Like the Grinch said that. I'm leaking.
Raindrops will fall.
Raindrops falling from your head.
We are going to another commercial break.
You are quick.
This is the Cocktail Social. Grab your cocktail.
We are the socialites.
These are the socialites.
Falling from my head.
And this is Big Exposed Radio. Grab your cocktail.
You're like an internal bleeder. Can't see your pain, but it can silently kill ya. So deeply wounded, but don't say a thing. Too afraid of what the people may say or think. So you just sit there and you suffer in silence. Your pride won't let you just uncover your secret. Don't wanna look weak in your image, it ain't worth losing. So you just act as if it's nothing happening. God sees you, and God hears you. Yes, God loves you. You're like an internal bleeder. Can't see your pain, but it can silently kill ya. Suicidal, depressed, but you won't say a thing. Too afraid of what the people may say or think. You feel alone even though the people surround you. Popping pills every night even though you know they can't solve it. The emotional pain, it just seems way too heavy. Your mind is racing, wanna scream, somebody help me. God sees you, and God hears you. Yes, God loves you. These type of people sit right under our noses. We don't find out till we're on IG scrolling. We post a few memes, but then it keeps on happening. Something's gotta change, we gotta start talking and telling the truth without the fear of judgment. Gotta come together and really start loving and heal these people cause they slowly dying. Help them believe that their life is worth living. God sees you and God hears you. Yes, God loves you. I pray there's an end to this suicide demon. We losing people too soon, they cutting and bleeding. They think no one cares, so I wrote this song to tell you, my God, he cares and he can heal you. He sees you when you're crying yourself to sleep, wondering if anybody hears me. You tell yourself you can't go on no more, but your life is worth fighting for. Don't leave this world too soon. There's so many people who really love you. Jesus is calling for you. He knows and he can heal you. I know you're hurting deep down inside, but my God, he came to give you life. You think no one cares, so you just sit there. I'm talking to you, get up from there. You gotta believe there's something better. So much better. God put purpose.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Gotta go. We're up.
Welcome back to the Cocktail Social.
Yes.
We had our fill of cocktails, and I hope that you have your fill of cocktails. The last question was a doozy, and Mr. Gilmore here had us going into one of his. He spiraled us down that rabbit hole, and we hadn't come back. So I'm going to another cocktail question.
Okay.
Going down.
I'm not scared.
You're not scared?
Go.
So this is just one. Just one I want to do just for the fun. She-Hulk versus the Wonder Woman.
What about her?
Who's gonna win?
I don't know.
Wonder Woman.
Why?
I don't know. I like Wonder Woman.
She-Hulk versus one. She-Hulk gonna win? Why, Smitty? Why She-Hulk gonna win?
What the fuck?
6'8".
She-Hulk is 6'8".
6'8".
That's a huge bitch.
Alright, look, I can get into this. So She-Hulk, here's the thing. So She-Hulk, what she has on her side is the fact that she absorbs power and that she'll get stronger.
Okay.
Only difference is that Wonder Woman is an actual goddess. And that she has not only training from fighting, but she also has superpower and flight. So I don't know. I think that Wonder Woman may win in the end. I think that She-Hulk will definitely get some good hits in. But I think that Wonder Woman probably is going to prevail in the end. Wonder Woman almost fucking killed Superman.
Yeah, she did.
So
she did.
I don't know this. I'm sorry.
She did.
I can't contribute.
So no, but
I got Wonder Woman taking her out.
So now
I was on the edge of because She-Hulk doesn't show all the power.
Absolutely. I mean,
But you can't kill her though, right?
She-Hulk gonna fuck her up. But I don't think she gonna win though.
Okay, is she like the Hulk that when she get mad and she get bigger and bigger and bigger?
Yeah, she's the cousin. The Hulk, Bruce Banner gave her a blood transfusion because she was in a car accident, right?
No, she got shot.
That's what it was. She was a lawyer,
Right.
and she got shot. And he gave her blood transfusion, and then she ended up becoming a She-Hulk.
So
The savage
She-Hulk
She-Hulk.
is not as strong as Hulk.
What?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think she's strong as shit, man.
No, but I'm saying like with him, he can destroy a planet.
So can she.
But see, the only thing that's different, she can control her.
Right.
Compared to the Hulk, who can't control it.
It's only been as of recently that he's been able to kind of
tear up some shit.
Right, but she was able to control hers from jump. Like she still had presence that she was.
As usual, we
Jennifer
can control ours.
Walters, thank you.
Okay, so she Wonder Woman would win.
Wonder Woman is a full-on goddess. Like she has fucking Zeus's blood in her body, and she's strong as a motherfucker. Like I think that because well, for nerds, you kind of hear Wonder Woman so much that you don't realize how strong and powerful she actually is.
I used to watch that.
Like Wonder Woman is that bitch.
Oh, and
I used to just like to see her run.
I know the guy who made the lie detector test also created Wonder Woman.
No,
Sure did.
get out of here.
Lasso of
Lasso
Truth.
of Truth.
Yep.
Lasso of Truth, and he was also a bondage freak.
Yep.
That's why the only thing
come on here, robot.
powerless if they tie her up.
Yes.
If she gets tied up, she can't.
It's done.
But then they got rid of that though.
Yeah, they got rid of that.
Because that was like in the 40s, 50s, where that was her big thing.
So
But
she wouldn't be shit in Texas.
No, she wouldn't.
Shut up, fool.
Lord have mercy.
Somebody throw that roof right
I quit Christie just now.
The original Wonder Woman, yeah. The original Wonder Woman has been. There's been a lot of great changes because in the beginning, if you read it, then you'll be like, "Damn, Wonder Woman came a long way."
Yeah.
I mean, she was a powerful character even for them to make then, but she was still a character of her time, and it was still very much,
Oh, she was a woman.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, even in the 60s, they changed.
Oh yeah, that was a big change.
Yeah, that was a big change.
When she had the little Asian guy that was teaching her karate.
Right.
Is that right?
Because they were looking at the model of Wonder Woman being demeaning to women during the age of the sexual revolution.
Okay, 7 dudes. Yeah.
But they brought it back like 5 years later.
Yeah, the best change I think for Wonder Woman had to be in the 80s when they made her like.
When they actually made her full-on goddess.
Yeah, and she became like the hero. And She-Hulk came about in the late 70s, early 80s. So it was about the same time those big changes were happening. Man, Wonder Woman became like fucking crazy powerful.
I loved Wonder Woman, especially when Linda Carter was playing her. And she would turn
that's the
around,
one that.
And she would jump. She
And
like,
then she wouldn't even really be.
That's what the sound was. She would jump and she was like, and I used to.
I just like to see.
Jump from
I just like to see her run.
Oh, yeah.
It was the slow mo.
Oh, young boy.
She was not that fucking
God.
She was not.
She wasn't that
Them
goddamn
titties
thick.
were. Well, think about how much titties you were seeing on TV in the 80s. And shit.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
in comparison.
right.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Yeah, this
Now they got damn
was
every
right
other
before
people out with
Baywatch.
them
So
Man, baby.
Right.
Baywatch was my shit.
So that was my question for my geek. So I guess
Look, you made my full nerd come out. Don't do that shit again.
No,
He was like, actually, see, She-Hulk was the one. Right.
Let me.
Actually, my glasses are coming in the mail tomorrow. I am very excited about it because I can't see shit.
I drive around with a white stick tied to the bumper of my car so they know I can't see worth a damn.
You see her come, everybody.
I can't. I quit.
You know she got a black sister, right?
Yes, she
Does
sure
she
does.
really?
Yes, she does.
Nubia, right?
Yep.
She has a black.
Who is strong as shit.
Who got a black sister?
Wonder Woman.
Of course she is strong as shit.
Because originally they were made out of clay.
Yep.
One was made out of lighter clay, one was made out of dark.
Oh,
That's
so
right.
she just came off as
Educate us on Wonder Woman, Smitty.
Because her mother did not actually give birth.
No, because they didn't like men.
They didn't have men,
So where the
right?
fuck they come from?
They don't have
He
the
just told
sex.
you she formed them in
that's how
clay, and then Zeus brought them to life.
They do not have the sex.
They didn't believe in men. They didn't.
They don't do
She
that.
fucked. Now she did fuck one.
Hercules.
Yeah, Hercules. Thank you.
Hercules.
And that's what got her sister killed.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that was a big deal.
Yeah, because Hercules was.
Hercules was an asshole.
Hercules actually overpowered.
Yeah. And
that sounds like
So it wasn't
porn.
that he raped.
So he raped him.
Yeah.
No, not the no. He raped the sister. Him and the mother were fucking.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So he was fucking the mama and the daughter?
No, the sister.
He's a
Wonder
dirty
Woman didn't fuck him.
bastard.
Wonder Woman beat the brakes off his
He's
ass.
a dirty.
He literally hit him so hard his damn body hair fell off.
Wait, what?
You knocked the bitch bald?
Right.
Okay.
We going to the break?
Yes.
Okay.
So grab your cocktails. That was our nerd question. So we'll have another nerd question for the next cocktail.
That was some
session.
real that was real happy hour shit where it just switched
Where
real
you
quick.
pulling this
Hey,
shit
that
from?
was good. I like that.
So get your cocktail. We're
Come
going
on,
to a
grab
commercial
it.
break.
Grab
And this
it.
is the Cocktail Social. I'm your host, Blue Waters.
It's us.
Is Be Exposed Radio.
Oh, damn. She bigger than Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
Listen to this flashback of Skyline Radio Show.
So where we at? Where we talk about the effects and what's going on in these schools.
Yeah.
And what people don't understand. Just real briefly, I just want to talk a little bit about what people say bullying is or is not. So bullying comes in many forms. It's a teasing, it's the cyberbullying, it's the texting, it's the phone calls, it's the posting of pictures and people's personal information to pretty much cause them harm, to have them feel insecure. It's the sex assaults that people actually put out there. There are physical assaults, and there are mental assaults and emotional assaults. And what I like to remind individuals that any aggressive behavior towards anyone that is unwanted and unwarranted, and an individual asks you to stop. Let's stop there. Stop.
And they should be respecting that.
Respecting that and respecting yourself, because when you're able to respect another person, you're able to respect yourself. Right. And the way that you're able to show that respect is that you know that you have a gift, and you know you're uniquely made and that you matter, and then you also acknowledge that the next person beside you matters as well.
Right.
You know, and we lose that sometimes. Bullying is a behavior that underestimates the lives and legacy of you. I'm sure when they was bullying me, and I'm sure when they was bullying you, they didn't understand who you're going to become later on. I didn't know.
Right, because I'm popping. I can't All right, let me tell you, all those people who felt like they wanted to say whatever to me, look at me now. It's like, no, y'all don't understand, but I've been through some things, okay?
And you know what? No. I applaud you and I salute you, because a lot of times we do not take the time to say, I'm okay, and I'm okay with me, and there's nothing wrong with me, and I'm amazing, and I'm blessed, and I'm strong, and I matter.
Join us every Wednesday at 7 p.m. for Skyline Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Fall into this unknown to find who we really are. Crash into something new. Take a break from our broken heart. Talk with the hip, tell me you lie. I think we should go for another round. Baby, try not to say too much. Let your love come down. If you wanna rule, there's some rules you gotta live by.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to the Cocktail Social. We are into our next cocktail questions. How y'all do? Y'all like y'all cocktails?
Listen, okay, I ain't feeling no pains at all.
Is it good? Is it nice and strong?
Yes, I need to go potty.
Did you? How you like this? You just said something good.
Foolishment.
Oh my goodness. So the next question is: should juveniles be tried and treated as adults?
I think we asked this question before.
Did we?
Yeah.
Did we?
I don't think
Oh, well,
so.
then don't take that.
He said, and on to the next question.
I don't think they should.
I don't think they should.
No.
I mean, we can still answer
How
this
can
shit.
you hold them accountable for adult knowledge when they don't have adult knowledge?
I think they need to be held accountable, but they need to at least be given the opportunity to start over or to actually reform themselves.
You can't try a child as an adult.
I'm laughing. I'm laughing at the way you was.
Because at what point do you draw the line? I mean,
Yeah,
you had the little boy get locked up for killing. I think it was his little sister or neighbor or something.
By accident?
They was doing like the wrestling moves and whatnot,
yes,
and he accidentally killed her.
Didn't he have like a mental disability or something?
I don't even think it.
had the boy
don't think he
big.
did. He was just a big
His
kid.
whole family.
He was a big kid, and he was playing and whatnot, and he accidentally killed her. So they tried to make it out. They tried to make him out like he was a damn monster. Oh, you intentionally. Oh, you know he's so big and this and that. But you know, our kids are naturally big.
I think
you know
there's
what I mean?
We said we're for it until it's one of our own.
Yeah, but I mean, if y'all, but even still, if they're playing, I'm not going to say, I wouldn't be upset if something like that happened. But at the same time, you know what's intentional and what's not. Now, if it was an accident and it was, he really didn't mean it, like, how much help is it going to really do by, sending him to jail and, sending him down that path? Now, if he intentionally did the shit, that's something different.
I still don't feel that you should try them as an adult.
No, I don't think you should try them as an adult, but
development that comes in at a certain age, and if you are not at that age, I don't feel like you should be tried as an adult. A lot of it is upbringing. Like, the way I'm brought up in my family home is not the same way that you are brought up in your family home. You are a product of your environment at that point.
True.
But once you become released as an adult and you are, subject to your own whatever you did think is right, then now you're tried as an adult and you do that, but not as a teenager or as a child.
So what about murder? Like if you intentionally do something, like young people
like
that
the 14 and 15-year-old who went, and I'm not even going to go the gang route, 14 and 15-year-old who went to kill his grandfather, and they planned it, they tried to execute it, they beat the shit out of him with a brick, and then when he wouldn't die, they started stabbing him. When he wouldn't die from stabbing, this old man wouldn't go. They dragged him. This was in Carroll County. They dragged him down. And I intentionally choosing white people on this and just so keep it.
Right.
They drag him down to the river to try to drown his ass, and the old man happened to get free.
That's murder. Like, that's just murder.
Yeah, like at that point, you made too much effort to make sure that he was dead. Like, you gotta go.
In a situation where there are young people, that young people that raped a girl and set her on fire.
Oh my God.
And
I remember that they set her genitals on fire.
Yeah.
I think they killed her. They killed her.
They killed her. They set her on fire.
Yeah, they killed her. This was maybe a couple years ago. And they raped her. They broke in the house. They raped her, and then they killed her. And then they poured like an accelerant over top of her genital area and set her on fire.
Here's my question, because this is where my ignorance comes in. So in order to charge a juvenile or a young person to the full letter of the law for the crime that they committed, they have to be tried as an adult in order to get the full length of, based on the crime that they commit, you have to be tried as an adult in order to get the full punishment that they deserve?
I guess that's what
Or if they think it's something that's over and beyond what a child should be, then...
Well, because I guess with juvenile, most juveniles, they're probably, the goal is to rehabilitate. But in an instance like that, where you are intentionally doing something to someone, and I think for me, when we say juveniles, we miss the fact that a lot of times where do they get held accountable? Like, I think that's the problem is that they're not. We want to blame the parents and we want to blame all.
But some stuff. I just feel like they take it to.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
some stuff is kids being kids.
Right.
If it's kid, like shit.
Or
my brother used to put my ass in a figure 4. Like what I'm saying. Like what I'm saying.
I think what y'all are talking about. There's like two different conversations.
Okay, there may be
because you're talking about intent.
Right.
Okay, then if you say that,
I agree with intent.
That's something very different. You're talking about crime in general.
I'm talking about both. But
that's I'm in no way an official on this. But what they try to figure out with juvenile cases is that you're trying to get them to a point that when they are an adult, that hopefully they will be past whatever was going on in their life that brought them to that situation.
Right.
Juvenile is supposedly a little bit more rehabilitative than adult situations. There are more things that are taken into account. There's more opportunities. There's more services that you're given.
Right.
And to the point that some people commit crime so you can just get into the system because you are given
help and aid.
And a good amount of help.
And some people may say that it's too much.
Right.
Yeah, but it's even still like when if you've been reviewed by a psychologist or whatever, and you see that they're sociopathic or, tendencies.
But the same thing is that juvenile is for those crimes that could be early intervention.
Right.
Now, when you start getting to rape, murder,
give me shelter.
But then it becomes different because you have to try that differently. Because if you say, I killed my mother, but was she bad? she didn't get me a game.
That's a sociopath.
And
but it changes, and this is why he was so for that individual. The reason why it's different with juveniles is because there are factors that play into it. So you have to look at those social, environmental, and psychological and biological factors.
Right.
So you want to rule out why this happened.
Right.
But what I'm saying is when you've done all those things and the person just
still
does
just a murderer.
So if you have someone, again, a young person there engaging in sex, you've already raped a young lady. What's the purpose of killing her?
Yeah.
Why do you?
That's adult.
That's special.
Or you're mad at me, and because you're upset with me,
you kill
then
my
that
kid.
gives a justification.
It's like the two girls. Remember the two girls that took the other girl down in the woods and killed her?
Yeah.
Like,
but see, for me, that's some other stuff. Like, that's some psychological bull crap. You a psychopath, the sociopath, something else is there.
But when you're any of those things, does that justify the murder?
But now
it makes it make more sense.
But now, do they? I mean, are the kids like desensitized to what? To killing. I mean, because you got to figure that's all they see on TV is killing. I don't think
I'm not going to go with that because I think that right now we are romanticizing a period that never fucking existed. People have always been killing.
Yeah.
People have always known about murder. Murder has always been around. They have always been bad, but they have always been bad neighborhoods. We've always seen it. We've always known about it. It is in no way is this shit new. I think that a lot of time we get into this shit, we romanticize like, oh, back when I was young, this, that, and no, nigga, you just didn't have it. The fuck you knew about it, though?
Let's think about it. Lynching. If you saw a black person
and then they left your ass up so you would see them.
If you were mutilated. Sometimes you were mutilated. So that was a thing.
And not just black people too.
No, it was not.
They would lynch white people as well who committed a crime, and then they would leave their bodies up for everybody to see.
Yeah, for everybody to see.
So, that's just
stand up there looking.
It's just one of those things. I think that we act like now all of a sudden we're more violent or something.
No, I don't think that. I think that.
I think we're actually a lot less violent.
Because
I think we're a little less violent than we were in the past.
I don't think we're less.
I think it's different.
I do.
It's a different type of violence.
It's different.
I think that society is a lot more relaxed with a lot of things. I don't think that.
Well, I think because people have gotten used to it. I mean, like they get used to certain stuff. Like I feel like as like in the community, like who's doing what in the community. Mm-hmm. Now at one point, people used to step up and be like, what, not in my damn neighborhood. It was like, okay, you had people that were still drug dealing, be like, all right, don't do that shit in front of Miss Such and Such yard because like they was just respectful with stuff. It was rules to the shit. Now it's like there's no rules.
But I think a lot of that. I mean, we've all made jokes about it, but clearly it plays a part. We make jokes about lead. But clearly, lead poisoning has had an effect. You can see it when you talk to something. You sit there like,
you're like, oh yeah, he might be missing a couple chromosomes.
And then we also forget that there were big factors like there were these drug movements like that led to where we are now, right? These were literally drug movements that created situations that are complete. I love one guy. Because I used to run this group, and he was talking about how people from Generation X and baby boomers are always downing his generation and everything. But he was like, but we watch y'all generation get high as shit. Mm-hmm. He was like, y'all taught us, literally, this is what we know.
Oh, yeah, we fucked them up real good.
As your
And so, I mean, people talk about why in the music now is everybody talking about drugs. Well, that's all people have grown up with. Right. If you have not even sex.
Money,
I'm not, because I hate to say it, I don't like to use sex too much because then it makes it sound like sex is bad. I feel like the sex is good.
It's not.
But with drugs, I think that when you have generational addicts, when your grandmother is an addict, before it was always a thing, at least you go to your grandmother's house and things were normal there. But when you go to grandma's house and she cooking crack for dinner,
they looking forward. It's like going to college and shit with them. They're like, hey, he finally got his first crack rock today.
Right. I mean, you got to go to your great grandmother's house. and pray that she old enough to not. But she housing all these junkies. And
she is.
And she the only one to go to church.
Let's say great grandma is still alive. She's the only not now. I'm literally taking it. I'm taking this from a family from my home church. Like this is literally a situation.
Like it wasn't like my grandmother was like 36. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like I had a real grandmother.
In this situation,
in this generation, it's different because you.
But even then, a lot of those grandmothers were young.
She's 40-something years old.
But a lot of those grandmothers were young back in the day too, but they didn't carry themselves young.
Yes.
Because they grew the fuck up.
They had
to grow the fuck up.
Era too. You know
but think about it. Now people don't want to grow the fuck up.
And they're allowed to stay, and they are, and that's why I brought this question up. And forgive me if I brought it up before, but the reason I
like this angle of it because this is a whole other angle of it. Yeah.
The reason I think about it is because what I feel is that we are doing a disservice for young people by holding them back. By not giving, and this is why I was looking up, and it's funny, you after you did your show about you said the gospel show, and I looked up Mahalia Jackson and her situation, and I'm like, damn, her mother died at the age of 25.
Oh wow!
And she grew up in a house where there were 13 people, just family members, and because her mother died at a young age, she was forced to. She wasn't forced, her aunt took over. But because her aunt had to take custody of her, she made her, from sun up to sundown, they just cleaned. She cleaned the house, and her aunt would do a white glove test on all the stuff. And if she saw any dust, then Mahalia would get a beating. But now, mind you, this woman sung about Jesus from sun up to sunset. But from when she was a little child.
How did she get started singing about Jesus? From a blues singer.
Exactly. From the beginning, she was in this situation where she had to mature.
Aretha Franklin was 13 when she got pregnant. She was 13 and she just turned 14 when she had her first child. My grandmother, she was 14. She was 15. Literally, she turned 15 2 days before she had my uncle, my oldest uncle. And so that means that most of her 14-year-old life was pregnant. But when she turned 15, and now by this point, now she has a baby, and now she's married.
Right. And because it was different back then. Because it was
and I think that because
different.
Even though, I think the situations where, I think what we're looking at
that shit in early, like this shit.
Motherfucker 6 years old, like, yes, I take you as my husband, and we don't have children.
I'm with you. I think that the expectation of that a lot of people are running around 45 years old and haven't grown the fuck up. I got an uncle that just won't grow the fuck up.
They call them adult children.
Well, I think, and that happens when you start them at adolescence, and adolescence is a transition. You have transitioned from childhood. That's why you're an adolescent.
Yeah.
This is a beginning adulthood. You are supposed to get those responsibilities, that learning, that skills, that information to become an adult. Because at that stage, that's when you practice it. That's when you start doing it. And I don't think the adolescents
are such a catch though. Because then you had a situation where, are we giving kids enough room to just be a kid? Then are we giving people enough room to be adults? Are we giving them enough room?
I think our society is to be blamed for that because I feel like for children, they should be allowed to be children. I don't think it's fair that
I think they're exposed to way more than what we was exposed to.
And see, I guess because I'm a little younger than y'all, even without Google, we still had the chick who was sucking dick and then we still had.
It was one at our school. She was doing $2 a head. She was
we was in elementary school. We knew about that shit. Now we maybe wasn't watching it on TV, but
them motherfuckers had
we
a line outside the bathroom.
like that. I don't know. It's TV or live action works. I mean,
motherfuckers stand out that bitch with their money in their hand, like
I don't know. When you are going around singing something, I want to sex you up.
Right.
That was my generation. We was singing. I knew the words of that shit.
She had sucked so much dick, her cheeks was sitting out like this because they had like permanent dick prints.
Luna's being triggered at this moment.
It's one thing if you it's one thing to have access to it. It's another thing to be exposed to it. And then if you have both, and I feel like this generation of kids has both.
But what's the catch though? Because then you had issue where there were kids who were not exposed to it, nobody was telling them about it, and then other shit was happening. And now it's an issue that maybe they know too much about it, and other shit is happening.
But see, the thing about it is there's no balance. I mean, it's been a lot taken away from people that shouldn't be. You know, as a parent, you know, like when we was little, you could get your ass whooped right whenever you fucked up at. You got your ass whooped. My father was like, you know, I had my mother and my father. Yeah, shit. And they used to be like, if you fuck up in the store, you get your ass whooped in the store. And it was nobody that would say anything about you disciplining your kids. Now it's to the point where it's just like, you know, oh, you can't do that. This, that, and the other. But
I was at McDonald's, this nigga got cheered on. It was like,
you had less issues.
The extreme has happened. There were too many parents that were abusing their children.
Now, see, it's a difference between abuse and discipline.
No, the thing is that there are people who don't know what abuse is.
That's different. And it's not in terms of the rules.
In New York, right now, there's a case going on where this man considered what he was doing discipline, and it was a 6-year-old boy who died because of it. Now, this case
what did you do?
Right,
he beat the fuck out of him. And he was waterboarding him. This little kid was so terrified. And this little boy ended up dying. And his rib cage was so fractured and he was starved. They didn't feed him. He would ask a question or he wet the bed and they would wake him up and make him stay up all night long. And then he'd have to go to school and not eat.
That's torture.
But in some people's mind, that's discipline. Because that may have been how he was raised, and because he survived it, he thinks this is what's right. So now this little boy,
I feel like even in disciplining your kids, like if you're somebody that you spank your kids, I don't think you should hit them in their face. Right. You know, it's just certain stuff that in disciplining your kids, I feel like you should not do.
But you learn, culturally, and you learned that standard. Not saying you got hit in your face,
because culturally,
but somebody set that standard. Well, you shouldn't hit them in their face, but that was discipline when our
somebody else. That's what I'm saying. Like culturally, going to pick a switch, getting beat by
you gotta go to that motherfucking switch. You
better
come back with a little ass switch. You come back that little ass swing. You sitting on that bitch talking about get your goddamn ass back out that goddamn switch.
Right. All of that
and
is
that's
cultural,
abuse to
and
them.
to us that's acceptable because that's what we grew up under, or we knew somebody who grew up under it. But to another person who grew up,
I feel like if you survived it, then it wasn't abuse.
Well,
no, I'm just playing.
If
you survived it, what?
I feel like you
post-traumatic stress in that bed.
Or pinching right up under here.
Motherfucking fat meat.
That's that church pinch.
Well,
yeah.
We can see
my mother learned. My mother pinched me in church. I yelled out. I said, you pinching me!
A trigger around the head.
Trigger. This has been.
You got one more. You got one more.
Okay. We're going to cut the break. I am your host, Blue Waters. We are on our 4th cocktail for me.
Oh my God.
And
God damn,
I am feeling nice.
No! You son of a bitch!
And there you have it.
I didn't think you was going to go running.
Get your cocktails, clean your cocktails
I knew
up.
this was going to happen though, so it don't
and
matter.
we'll be right back after
I didn't know your ass was going to go sliding.
Look at my goddamn roof.
Take a minute and listen to this flashback of the Artist Exchange radio show.
Any trouble, because I get into any trouble, but I had a problem that this then became a discussion at that workplace environment. Now, the discussion was I should have been more sensitive. In what way was my first response? And I guess when I had to meet with that said person who had the issue with the person who was said leader of that organization.
Okay.
I said, well, to that person, how would I have known that? Well, you should have asked.
I think so. You want my opinion?
It was a circle, and I was willing to go on that merry-go-round.
You are better than most.
Yeah.
I think that's normal when you're in a group and there's norming. Most of the time when you're in
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
The party. Then relax.
Well, that's how you fuck a monkey.
Yeah, and that's how you
fuck a squirrel.
Oh no.
You let it run up your ass. Let it run up your ass. Blue running around.
Guaranteed to get your nut every time.
Oh no.
Wait a minute.
Fucking a squirrel.
Y'all have to create one. We gonna create one. Yeah, we gonna create one.
We gotta create one.
Create one. What? I missed it.
Squirrel digging up your ass. Get your nuts.
I've been going live on in between.
But see, I was supposed to have been recording.
Let Blue get his last segment out, y'all.
Every time I bring my goddamn shit to be half dead.
They are so funny. That's that ADHD.
Go ahead
and sticking.
Do your last segment.
All of it.
Oh God.
This is the last
Pick
segment.
up wetness all over my titties. Oh
They
God.
have been in rare form. I don't know what was in the cup. Smitty made a good drink.
Yes, God.
Cause I'm feeling it.
Then he
And
slipped
it was
me
good. And we are going to be away for the holidays.
Bye. Happy
You said it like you got a problem.
We're gonna be
Happy
away
holidays.
for several weeks. We will not be with you.
I know.
Not even 1 week.
We got Christmas and the New Year. I'm not coming through here on the New Year.
When? What the calendar look like? What that shit? How that shit fall?
No, I'm talking. She was talking about personally. I got an idea.
I already got a
Idea
dress, so
about what?
just tell me and I'm showing up.
What y'all talking about?
We'll talk about
For
it
the
later.
New Year. Okay, later.
But what I will say is,
Okay, let me know.
I wish you all a
I got a
wonderful
pair of
and
crotchless
happy
jeans I want to wear.
holiday
I've been waiting to wear them.
I hope that you enjoy it with your families. I hope that you are not out doing anything.
That I would do.
Don't play with a Yule log.
Don't do
Please don't play with it.
That was not an adult and a safe word.
Motherfucker got a train teabagging.
Go trim a tree.
Well, I am trying to trim a
Social
tree.
teabag.
A whole tree.
A whole tree.
I am all about polishing
I'm all
sticks.
about trim.
Trim. Well, I hope you enjoy your holiday season, and we will see you in
And
New
may
Year.
all your
This is the Cocktail Social Hour. Host Blue Waters Cable, wherever you are, we love you.
We love you, boo.
We miss you.
Yeah, we
But
miss
guess what?
Yeah.
You bring your black ass back here in the New Year.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And Socialites, we be here in the New Year.
Get back to it, bitch. Get the leg now.
hang on the mistletoe. I'm gonna get to know you better.
First they love you, then desert you. Leave with a plate full with no spoon. Ain't no space, I can't escape negativity. I got used to the taste. I've been bad, burned, then fucked over. Remain strong through the past over. Kicking haters out of the way like mad stove.